Okay, so this is a video I've been waiting to make for a while. This pop I ordered, well, the main pop being Naruto on Gamakichi, I ordered December 1st. And it's been a little bit since December 1st. I got this yesterday though, so it's not been as long as but only by a day still. And it didn't act like it was for pre-sale. And this was from the first shipment. But so I guess they just put out like all their shipment in stores at first because they have been, once they started to come in, well, once I got my shipping thing, they started showing up in stores a few days after that. So I guess they just waited, or had like none available to sell online, or just had so little that they decided to wait. I don't really know what the deal is with why they waited till they were going to have their second in-store stock before they shipped out the first online ones of Naruto on Gamakichi, but that's what they did. But still, nonetheless, I'm so glad I was able to get this pop. Such a cool pop. At the time I ordered it, it was like a must-have pop. Since I didn't have Naruto Sage Mode, I didn't have Dry on Toad. I still don't have Dry on Toad, and he would be here instead of Kurama if I did have Dry on Toad, since they're such similar pops. But since I didn't have either of the Naruto ride pops or a Naruto character on a ride, and there's a bunch of other cool characters I think they could do pops for this that I think I will have a potential video on. I think I actually will have that video now because that sounds really cool. But still, this is a really cool pop, and it was super hard to get. I got very lucky. I didn't get it in the initial thing, but like Hot Topic, usually if they sell something, they'll put it up, and then like 5 minutes later they'll put it back up. It was one of those case scenarios, and whenever I did order it, it was like one left, and I just hurried really quick and was actually able to order it. Really cool pop, and I will not be taking it out of box. But somebody said something about Hot Topic was starting to ship back in bags, and I was very scared. But they did ship it in a box, I was so glad to see it on the porch in a box instead of in a Hot Topic bag whenever it did come. Because I know Hot Topic at one time was shipping in bags, but all the Hot Topic orders I've made, and I've been ordering from Hot Topic for at least a few months, has been in the boxes, so hopefully Hot Topic stays that way. But here's the size comparison. It's about the same size as the Kurama pop, at least box-wise. So if you have any of the Kuramas, Kurama himself, the Flock variant that's Hot Topic exclusive, or the Glow GameStop exclusive, and if you have one of those, lucky you, because I would love to get one of those. Hopefully they restock it. At least, I know some people will be upset that if they restock it just because it is a high-value pop, especially if you got it earlier. But since the pop's not vaulted, I don't think you can really get that upset if they restock it. Or Kurama Susanoo. So it's about the size of the Kuramas box-wise. And I know it's out of box is about the same size as Dry on Toad. And I personally prefer this to Dry on Toad just because I like Naruto Sage Mode better than base Dry. And size-wise, the characters themselves, well, Naruto Sage Mode is about the same size. He's in more of an action pose on Gamakichi though, where he's got the kunai out, and like his arm back where he's about to reach out and use the scroll. But still, if you haven't not seen the fight that he appears in, being Naruto versus Pain, or Naruto Sage Mode versus Pain, I completely recommend watching it. And if you're watching the Naruto series like all the way up from Naruto to Naruto Shippuden and you're just not up to it yet, then I'm not saying to watch it right now, but if you don't really plan on watching Naruto, I would recommend you just watch the fight, just because it is one of the best fights. Not just in the Naruto series itself, but in anime in general. I love the fight. And this is like Naruto's entrance pose pretty much if you haven't seen the fight. And I think that's why it's so cool. Naruto Sage Mode is one of the coolest transformations and one of my favorite in the whole Naruto series among all characters. And I understand it's not his most powerful form, especially once you get into the later series, but still, it's I think one of his coolest forms. Maybe even cooler than like his. Well, I'm not going to spoil it if you're not up to that part, but just know that Sage Mode is one of the coolest transformations in the whole series, if not the coolest. And I could just go on and on about how cool Sage Mode is, but I think this pop is probably the best of Naruto Sage Mode and Dry on Toad, just because I think the Naruto itself is cooler than the regular Naruto Sage Mode pop. because the head's just about identical. And then like I think the action pose looks cooler than the just standing pose, even though both are really cool. And I definitely think it's a cooler pop than Jiraiya and Toad, but I am still going to try to get that pop. It's definitely one of the bigger ones left on the Naruto collection for me, but yeah, such a cool pop. And speaking of a pop getting like delayed or taking a while to ship, Illumi is delayed again by a month, and it could get delayed again. And it's nothing against Toy Stop. It's kind of on Funko's part and the whole situation going on in the world. But it's definitely not on Toy Stop's fault or like any of these resale type places, like Hot Topic for example, because it's all, they only can get their stuff once Funko ships it out or once it's in the ports and it comes to them. So I would not be like harassing Toy Stop if you're like, where's my Illumi? Everybody's is delayed. So just be courteous to them because it's not their fault that it's delayed. It's Funko and the pandemic's fault. So, and it's not 100% on Funko obviously due to the pandemic, but it's definitely way more on Funko's part than it is on Toy Stop's part. But don't get upset over that pop getting delayed. Pops, due to the situations going on in the world, have been getting delayed a lot, and you pretty much just got to deal with it unless you want to cancel your order. And I would definitely not recommend canceling that Illumi. It's such a cool pop, and with it being an LACC exclusive, it's going to be worth a decent chunk, I believe. But yeah, if you're able to get the Naruto on Gamakichi, I'd love to know, and you can comment it down below. But super cool pop, and from such a cool moment. So thanks for watching.